Official Basketball Rules 2022 page 7 of 104 Rule 2. Court and Equipment Article 2 Court 2.1 Court. The court shall have a flat, hard surface free from obstructions. Diagram 1 with dimensions of 28 meters in length by 15 meters in width measured from the inner edge of the boundary line. 2.2 Floor. The floor shall include the court area surrounded by a further boundary lane free from obstructions with a minimum of 2 meters. Diagram 2. Therefore the floor shall have dimensions of a minimum of 32 meters in length by a minimum of 19 meters in width. 2.3 Backcourt. A team's backcourt consists of its team's own basket, the inbounds part of the backboard and that part of the court limited by the end line behind its own basket, the sidelines and the center line. 2.4 Frontcourt. A team's frontcourt consists of the opponent's basket, the inbounds part of the backboard and that part of the court limited by the end line behind the opponent's basket, the sidelines and the inner edge of the center line nearest to the opponent's basket. 2.5 Lines. All lines shall be of the same color and drawn in white or other contrasting color, 5 centimeters in width and clearly visible. 2.5. 1 Boundary line. The court shall be limited by the boundary line, consisting of the end lines and the sidelines. These lines are not part of the court. Any obstruction including seated head coach, first assistant coach, substitutes, excluded players and accompanying delegation members shall be at least 2 meters from the court. 2.5. 2 Center line, center circle and free throw semicircles. The center line shall be marked parallel to the end lines from the midpoint of the sidelines. It shall extend 0.15 meters beyond each sideline. The center line is part of the backcourt. The center circle shall be marked in the center of the court and have a radius of 1.80 meters measured to the outer edge of the circumference. The free throw semicircles shall be marked on the court with a radius of 1.80 meters measured to the outer edge of the circumference and with their centers at the midpoint of the free throw lines. Diagram 3. Diagram 1 Full-size court. Page 9 of 104. Diagram 2 Court and floor. 2.5. 3 Free throw lines, restricted areas and free throw rebound places. The free throw line shall be drawn parallel to each end line. It shall have its furthest edge 5.80 meters from the inner edge of the end line and shall be 3.60 meters long. Its midpoint shall lie on the imaginary line joining the midpoint of the 2 end lines. The restricted areas shall be the rectangular areas marked on the court limited by the end lines, the extended free throw lines and the lines which originate at the end lines, their outer edges being 2.45 meters from the midpoint of the end lines and terminating at the outer edge of the extended free throw lines. These lines, excluding the end lines, are part of the restricted area. Free throw rebound places along the restricted areas, reserved for players during free throws, shall be marked as in Diagram 3. 2.5. 4 3-point goal area. The team's 3-point goal area. Diagram 1 and Diagram 4 shall be the entire court area, except for the area near the opponent's basket, limited by and including the 2 parallel lines extending from and perpendicular to the end line, with the outer edge 0.90 meters from the inner edge of the sidelines. An arc of radius 6.75 meters measured from the point on the court beneath the exact center of the opponent's basket to the outer edge of the arc. The distance of the point on the court from the inner edge of the midpoint of the end line is 1.575 meters. The arc is joined to the parallel lines. The three-point line is not part of the three-point goal area. 2.5. 5 team bench areas. The team bench areas shall be marked outside the court limited by 2 lines as in diagram 1. There must be 16 seats available in each team bench area for the head coach, the assistant coaches, the substitutes, the excluded players and the accompanying delegation members. Any other persons shall be at least 2 meters behind the team bench. Page 10 of 104 Official Basketball Rules 2022 September 2022 2.5. 6 throw-in lines. The 2 lines of 0.15 meters in length shall be marked outside the court at the sideline opposite the scorer's table, with the outer edge of the lines 8.325 meters from the inner edge of the nearest end line. 2.5. 7 No-charge semicircle areas. The no-charge semicircle areas shall be marked on the court, limited by a semicircle line with the radius of 1.30 meters measured from the point on the court beneath the exact center of the basket to the outer edge of the semicircle. The semicircle line is joined to the 2 parallel lines perpendicular to the end line, the outer edge 1.30 meters from the point on the court beneath the exact center of the basket, 0.375 meters in length and ending 1.20 meters from the inner edge of the end line. The no-charge semicircle areas are completed by imaginary lines joining the ends of the parallel lines directly below the front edges of the backboards. The no-charge semicircle lines are part of the no-charge semicircle areas. Diagram 3 Restricted area. Page 11 of 104 Diagram 4 2.3 Point Goal Area 2.6 Position of the scorer's table and substitution chairs. Diagram 5 The scorer's table and its chairs must be placed on a platform. The announcer and/or statisticians if present can be seated at the side of and/or behind the scorer's table. Diagram 5 Scorer's table. Page 12 of 104 Official Basketball Rules 2022 September 2022 Article 3 Equipment. The following equipment shall be required. Backstop units, consisting of backboards, baskets comprising pressure release rings and nets, backboard support structures including padding, basketballs, game clock, scoreboard, shot clock, stopwatch or suitable visible device, not the game clock for timing timeouts, 2 separate, distinctly different and loud signals, 1 of each for the shot clock operator, timer. Scoresheet, player foul markers, team foul markers, alternating possession arrow, floor court, adequate lighting. For a more detailed description of basketball equipment, see the appendix.